John South, Mount Pearl.
When the PMO announced the new Chief of Staff will be a corporate executive, Nigel Wright, they failed to mention that his appointment was only a temporary leave. The media had to confirm that fact in a September 24th communication with Onyx. The PMO also failed to mention that Mr. Wright had close ties with Lockheed Martin since at least September 2009 in a partnership to sell military aircraft to the U.S. government.
No.
How could Mr. Wright possibly serve as Chief of Staff, given his plans to return to work with his corporate clients?
The Honourable Government House Leader.
Mr. Wright hasn't even started his first day as Chief of Staff, and the Liberals are already planning for his departure, Mr. Speaker. Let me say this, that he will follow and respect all the rules that apply to ministerial staff. He will disclose everything as required by the independent Conflict of Interest and Ethics Commissioner. He will recuse himself on all matters directed by the Commissioner. Mr. Speaker, this is the high standard that this Conservative government set when we brought in the Federal Accountability Act, the toughest ethics reform that the Liberals complained went way too far just 4.5 years ago. He will follow all the rules, and we will ensure that ethics and accountability remain the hallmark of this government.
Honourable Member for St. John South, Mount Pearl.
Open and transparent and release the information. Onyx says that Mr. Wright heads up their aerospace, defence and energy portfolios, and they state he will return in 18 to 24 months. How could the Prime Minister have a Chief of Staff who will be perpetually facing conflicts of interest with departments as important as industry, national defence, natural resources, public works and finance, just to name a few? And whatever happened to the cooling off periods? Will the government release the employment agreement with all the terms and conditions, or will they wait till a committee has forced them to do so?
Honourable Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, by raising this kind of argument, I guess what the Liberal Party is now saying, that anyone who's been successful in the private sector, has been successful on tackling issues of the economy, that they shouldn't come and give their talents and skills to the people of Canada. And that's very regrettable. Let me tell you this, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Wright will follow all of the high ethical standards that were contained in the Federal Accountability Act. He will disclose everything that is requested of him by the independent arm's length ethics commissioner, Mr. Speaker. He will follow all the conflict of interest rules and recuse himself whenever is necessary. That's the high standard that this Prime Minister has set on ethics and accountability.
Honourable Member for